Hi everybody, this is Football Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut, and welcome back to Football Hut. I hope you like this video and subscribe. We're going to talk about, believe it or not, the Lions and the Packers in this video. We will talk about the Giants as we get closer to the game. But here we have, they played a game last night, the Lions and the Packers, and as you know, the Lions have been terrible. They've just been terrible, in the existence of their team and franchise. And the Packers have been one of the great teams in the history of the NFL. But of late, the Packers have been dominated by the Lions. This is from Acme Packing Company. The Lions are dominating their rivalry with the Packers. Everybody in the NFC North is the Packers' rivals, but you can hardly call their relationship with the Lions a rivalry right now. Ain't that the truth? Everyone in the NFC North is normally a rival of the Packers. That's the whole point of divisional structure. You set teams up to see each other twice a year, add a little regionalism, and sooner or later you're going to manufacture some shared history. The NFC North is fairly unique in this aspect because in addition to those other factors, all three of the teams in the division had existing relationships long before the realignment that created the North, dating back to the NFC Central era and beyond. Nobody really needs an update in the Packers-Bears rivalry. There's always been plenty of heat in the Packers' relationship with the Vikings. And the Lions were a thorn in the side of the Lombardi-era Packers. But while these teams might be the Packers' rivals by definition, the rivalries themselves leave a little bit to be desired, especially in the case of the Lions, where the Packers can hardly be said to be keeping up their end of the bargain. More pointedly, the Packers are a little brother in the Packers-Lions rivalry right now and have been for a while. As embarrassing as Thursday night's loss was, the greater context is even worse. The Packers have lost 4 straight to the Lions, including 2 straight at Lambeau Field. Dating back to the start of the 2017 season, the Packers have lost 8 of 13 matchups with the Lions. And in the 5 games they did win, the Packers took 2 games by a combined 3 points, winning both games on last-second field goals by Mason Crosby. Outside of those 5 games, the Lions have actually been fairly dominant. Over the 13 games they've played since 2013, the Lions have outscored the Packers 337 to 280, including wins by 31 and 24 points. Now, this is the Aaron Rodgers Packers, by the way. And I guess Brett Favre, too. No, not Brett Favre. He was gone by then. It's more Aaron Rodgers. The Lions have notched 4 double-digit wins against the Packers in that span, twice as many as the Packers have managed over the Lions. In short, the Lions beat up the Packers on Thursday, and it's the latest example of what's becoming a pretty long-running trend. Lions fans at Lambeau Field were fired up after the Thursday Night Football win over the Packers. Wouldn't you be? The Lions picked up a big win over the Packers on Thursday Night Football, and they had plenty of fans packing Lambeau Field for the rivalry road game. There was an unusually large amount of blue jerseys in the crowd on Thursday, and they were not quick to leave the stadium after a 35-20 win. That tells you that the Packers have taken a step back when the other team is dominating your field. And it doesn't matter what sport it is, and it's a regional game, you're in trouble. While the Thursday night crew wrapped up the game with some post-game coverage, the plethora of Lions fans in attendance could be overheard loudly celebrating the victory. Detroit has now won 4 consecutive matchups against their longtime foes, snatching back some big wins after being largely dominated throughout the history of their rivalry. Quote, "I feel like I'm screaming right now. You would feel like you were in Detroit with these fans. Unbelievable," said Amazon's Charissa Thompson as a "Let's Go Lions" chant roared behind her. After the game, Jared Goff expressed his gratitude for the fans, who were still going wild in the stands. Quote, "Look at this, it's amazing. They're the best. The best, the best." Goff said to Mike Garofalo of the NFL Network. Thursday night's statement victory saw the Lions take first place in the division, and clearly their fans are pleased with what they've seen thus far this season. Now, the New York Giants played the Lions in the preseason, and they had some practices against Dan Campbell's team. And they beat the Giants, and it was preseason, but Very impressive. They play hard too. He's getting them to play really hard. They're a team to keep an eye on. It's nice to see a team that's been a dead team do well. So let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to Football Hut, and I'll see you later.